Courtney. People seem to love
cheaper
him.
than Sam Worthington at the time.
Well, yeah.
What's
the time.
Worthington been up to lately? Well,
Garbage.
I've just been filming Avatar 2 and 3 and 4.
Do you know? I have yet to meet a human being that's genuinely excited for any of those movies.
It's been 10 fucking years.
Somebody said something really interesting to me. Actually, no, I saw it.
I didn't care enough when they came out the first time, but I know they had a big
I saw
following.
a video that summed up Avatar really good. They're like, Avatar, this top-grossing movie of all time, made up of millions of people who watched it one time. Because it has like no rewatchability, like whatsoever. I was adamant. I mean, when Avatar came out, I was adamant that I was not going to go watch that movie. The premise was awful. I don't think the special effects look that great. I think it just looks stupid. And when and people were like, "You got to go watch it. You got to go watch it." And finally, Patrick and I went and watched the fucking movie, and. Exactly what I thought. It was everything that I thought it was. I hated it. I hated every minute of it. I hate lazy unobtainium. Yeah. I hate it.
It was a live action Fern Gully.
Exactly.
Yes.
And I'd rather they make Fern Gully Part 2 than make another Avatar because Fern Gully was really good.
They've already made Fern Gully Part 2.
Yeah, it's bad. It's a musical.
It didn't have Robin Williams in it, though.
No.
Oh, it's because he was like, no, I'm not doing that movie. No. Yes, it's bad. Yes, I'm not doing it. But Avatar, by the way, the whole movie's about bestiality, so I can never get over that.
Just plug your ponytail into this dragon.
Dude,
garbage.
He plunges his ponytails into that horse's ass when he rides it. Plus, they're supposed to be like so connected, like so connected to nature and stuff. And he's like on that dragon, and then he's like, "Look at that big old dragon underneath of me." And then he like just jumps off of his dragon. They literally make a point to tell you early on in the movie, like,
it's your spirit animal.
Once you've bonded with an animal, it'll be bonded with you forever and ever until it dies. I mean, they say something along those lines. So he's like riding that dragon, and he's like, "Look at that big old dragon down there." Then he jumps off its back and like lands on the big dragon and plunges his ponytail into its asshole. And I imagine his dragon was just like, "Whoa."
Oh, he dominated another dragon. I gotta die now.
And then it sits down there and it's like, "Well, it's time to die." That movie sucks ass, and I fucking hate James Cameron.
Yeah, he does have...
He is such a piece of fucking trash, and we still watch his movies
because... they make so much fun of him in Future Man.
And South Park.
Yeah.
Did he make The Abyss?
Yes.
That was a good movie.
No,
he's made a lot of good movies.
He's made a lot of good movies. It's just he himself is a piece of garbage. He, loves the smell of his own farts, and... I mean, I wasn't going to go watch Avatar based on the interviews with him alone, because he seriously, in his interviews was just like, and it's about Native Americans. Dude, quit blowing yourself for 1 second. I'm not going to watch your stupid fucking movie. And then I watched it. I did, though.
Hashtag James Cameron.
Fucking hate him. I hate his guts. And anytime somebody tells me, for the new Terminator, oh, he's back to direct it. No, he's not directing it, number one. Number two, I don't fucking care. He sucks. He hasn't made a good movie in a long time anyways.
Yeah.
Name all of his good movies that was 20 years ago. Everything else after that is what?
How many times did you watch Titanic?
I've never seen Titanic.
Thank God.
Really?
I caught snippets. I got to watch.
I know.
I got to watch Jack die 10 times.
I know. I think I finally probably watched Titanic one time all the way through, but it was on TV, and they edited it down quite a bit, and
with commercials breaking up, I might be able to tolerate it. But no, Titanic is a girl show.
Yeah.
It's some kind of love story type of
My favorite part of the movie, my favorite part of Titanic is a part that's very underlooked, but it's when Billy Zane, he's trying to get off the boat, and they're like, "Women and children first," and he grabs just some fucking poor little kid from a woman, and he's like, "Please let me and this."
Dude, my favorite part
Please,
was
let me in this, halvesy. Some kind of halvesy, I'm betting. Like half.
That's exactly the dialogue.
Half white, half, something else. Get into your boat. It's clearly my daughter. You see, I've, had this child with, I imagine, African American? He asks.
They weren't African Americans back then. They used a lot harsher terms.
She's clearly my child. Child's French. Clearly my child.
I like it when the boat starts to tip and one of the falling
She's like,
bodies hits the propeller.
Monsieur. And he's like, that monster, right? Monsters. The iceberg, right? Look, come on, little Frenchie. Let's get on this fucking raft. And he gets away with his whole life. And then I remember the scene where they're both on that door, like Jack and whoever, they're like on that door.
Rose, yeah.
They're on that door, though. And I remember he dies because he lets her sit on the boat, or the door, and that door is really, really big.
Yeah,
and they both could have got on there.
Yeah.
But I prefer to watch Jack die.
Yeah.
So when
Paint me like one of your French whores. That's the scene, right?
Yeah.
earlier this summer,
They banging some dude's Model T.
Jeff had been he was texting me these movie quotes and making me guess.
Uh-huh.
One of them, I think this was not related to a movie quote, but this was what you'd been texting me. And you said, or Jack, I mean, and I think it was related to something completely unrelated,
Right.
but the texts were coming in out of order. So I guessed, this was my guess. I said, Titanic? And then I said, when Rose accidentally calls Leonardo DiCaprio's character Jack, which is Billy Zane's character's name.
What's Leonardo DiCaprio?
Anyway, no. Okay.
Come on, Ward, get your shit together, man.
When Rose accidentally calls Leonardo DiCaprio's character Billy Zane's character's name Cal. So the full sentence was, draw me naked, Cal, or Jack, I mean. Hee, I'm so wasted. Then she threw up in his mouth and he drowned on her vomit. That's how I remember it anyway.
That's good.
That'd have been a better movie.
Yeah.
And then they could have
ended, yeah.
You didn't get up soon? I need more of those.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah, same.
You took mine.
I did. And
Dick.
awesome finger gestures while I was doing it.
Do you need anything?
I know.
I think I do.
More White Claw?
So anyway,
there's-
Titanic's obviously a really good movie.
What's that?
So obviously Titanic's a really good movie.
Yeah.
Isn't Misery's in it though, right? Not Misery, but that's her name in the movie. That's the movie she's in.
Dolores Claiborne?
Get me another one.
Let's see if you can keep up.
Oh, I know who you're talking
You just
about.
have to get up more. Kathy Bates.
Kathy Bates. I
Isn't
called her
she in-
Dolores Claiborne.
Isn't she in it though?
Yeah.
Is her name Dolores Claiborne in the movie?
No, she's Dolores Claiborne
No,
in the Dolores Claiborne.
That
That's
movie
that's a
was
Stephen
such
King.
a
It's
good
Clitoris
movie.
Dearborn or something.
All I know is that in Titanic she plays the same character she plays on The Office.
Some matriarch type. Yeah.
On The Office.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like the same person though.
Have you?
My husband's in oil or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I imagine. And she's new money, right?
Yeah,
so
right.
she's
New money.
she's frowned
This
upon.
is what we call new money.
New money. They're all they all die. I mean, that's
Yeah.
the thing about that shit.
It's too bad they don't all die.
That would have been awesome.
Like Rose.
It would have
would've
been
a
fun to
movie if
see, like-
Rose had died.
What and because Kathy Bates is a larger gal.
Yeah.
If she'd have been in the right place at the right time, she could have set the boat straight, and it could have
Lean, Kathy, lean. We'll dodge that fucking iceberg.
You know, one thing I do love about the Titanic though. One thing I love about the Titanic though is how just mismanaged it was. I think that's the only parts of the movie I really like is how they're like, it's a ship that can't sink. Like people want to talk about, old people like to talk about how stupid young people are. But clearly old people were fucking idiots.
Old timey people pre World War II really thought a lot of themselves.
They were the dumbest motherfuckers ever. They're like, hey, we built this new ship, it surely won't sink. And then like, unsinkable. I love that too. Unsinkable. I hope we don't have to test that out here. Fucking idiots. And then they're like, this is the most people a ship's ever been able to carry. We don't have nearly enough boats to get everybody off of it.
It'd be a real shame if they just ran into an iceberg.
Captain, I see a iceberg off the port bow.
Ram that motherfucker.
Yeah. Steer the boat directly into it, I say. 5 knots more. Fucking idiots. It's unsinkable, they say. Fucking idiots.
What did they have lifeboats on it for in the first place?
I mean, yeah, if it was unsinkable, right?
Yeah,
because they didn't have OSHA or anything like that.
Came by.
Yeah, it was probably OSHA.
There's 1,000 passengers on this boat.
Yeah, we'll put some on.
There's 1,000 passengers on this boat. Only make enough lifeboats so 300 can make it to safety. We want to make sure it's pure chaos when they're trying to get off the boat.
Because fuck those poor people.
Don't worry. You've seen them. They're all down there dancing a jig and having fun. They've already had their fun for the evening.
Lifetime.
Most of them, don't worry. Most of them would just become a burden on the government in the United States, anyways.
Those ones are disposable.
We've actually done them a favor. I say.
They're all Irish Catholic. They'll go to heaven.
I also want to see a scene
Fucking
like
Irish
I know
people.
it's like super noble of like there's the band, right? The band plays and they're obviously not going to get off the boat. Like they know. Like so they're like, "Oh, let's just play till it's time to go down." You know, like we're going to fucking die.
Let's play to death.
Yeah. So
That's pretty metal.
I want to see a different scene though where that's recreated where they're like, all right, band members, there's enough for all of you on this boat. And then like the director of like entertainment for the night for the boat is like, no, you will play. We have you booked for 2 more hours.
Glub, glub, bitches.
Was there a magician on the boat? I hope he died.
Job from Arrested Development.
Yeah.
He threw all his doves overboard because they were already dead.
Oh man. Obviously the best part of the real movie though is like when people jump off and hit the propellers.
That was. Yeah. My favorite part.
I said that a little bit ago.
That's good.
my favorite part.
That's gold.
It's tipping over and they're like, oh, I'm going to be blank.
Well, my favorite part is whoever edited the movie went in and put like the ping in, you know. Bing. So like they made the movie.
It's not quite right. It's like, let's go back.
Special effects did it, you know, and they're like, this looks really good, and they're like, well, what if we like hit a piece of metal real hard and put that in as a sound effect, and it's like, ping.
That would be perfect. Except let's add the Wilhelm scream.
Savage. Kids, you want to go see your great grandpappy? How he died on the boat?
That's him. Look, he's
That
going
was him.
ping.
He was cleaved in twain. God. You know, and I mean, overall, cruises are dumb. I mean, really. I mean, how many times do you have to see news stories about cruises getting like stranded, or like the boat
or
was
having
working?
Awful gastrointestinal issues.
Right, like
that's what keeps me away from cruises.
Yeah.
I don't want to be on a boat and get sick.
Like I've seen enough stuff now on like Reddit or the news or whatever about cruises that just doesn't sound interesting.
There's more like the parity between like cruise issues and like plane crashes should be pretty similar. Like
it's not even close.
I know
cruises
have more issues. Yeah,
way worse. And I don't
at least
like,
on our soil.
I don't like being a hostage anywhere. So, so that's how I look at it. So,
not at all.
So the thing about going out on a cruise is that you're there. Like that's where you are.
You're stuck,
and you're there. Like smaller scale. If I have friends that go up river and then they're like, "We're carpooling up there," and I'm like, "Oh, that's cool. I'll take my car." And they're like, why would you take your car if we're all going to drive up together?
Because I hate the environment, bitches.
Well, mine's more like, You're going up river at 9 o'clock in the morning, and you're planning on leaving when it gets dark in the summer. I'm going to meet you up there at noon, and I'm going to leave at 1:30. You get an hour. I do not spend all day on the river.
You only get this glaring white bod for an hour and a half, bitches.
And I'm like, I'm bored. This is boring. It's hot. So the idea of like going on a boat, like, let's go on a cruise. I'm like, oh, cool. How long is the cruise? It's a week. Oh, a week out on the ocean. Nah.
My last boat experience was with Mark, and his boat died. And we were like, for a while, like caught in an eddy. And so we were just
Did Mark not have a paddle? Anywhere.
He had a second motor that died as well. So we were at a certain point, both in the river, like pulling the boat with a rope.
Sounds like a quality
for about
vessel.
A mile. He's got it fixed now, but
I was going to compare you to a horse, but I'm going to compare you to a walrus. Just tie it to that waterborne creature and have it drag us out of this eddy.
Yeah, that doesn't sound fun.
No,
not at all.